Welcome to Flash from Scratch, tutorial number 8, more tools. Got a few more tools I'd like to cover, starting by opening a new FLA, keeping the default settings, and the tool we're going to work with first of all is this one called the Lasso, and we need some kind of an object on the stage, so I'm selecting my rectangle tool, and I'm making a rectangle. I have no stroke, just a fill color. Pick up my lasso tool, come down here and make sure that this polygon mode is off, and pick the lasso tool and make a drawing, and you'll see nothing happens. So in order to use this lasso tool, we have to break this apart. So click your selection tool, highlight it, go up to modify, break apart, and you can see it all turns fuzzy. Now we can work with it. Click on the lasso tool again and make sure this is not highlighted. Now let's just take a chunk out of this, and you can see it's fuzzy, and I can pick that up with my selection tool and move it out of the way. Now if I want to be more with more straight lines, I can select my lasso tool and come down here, this polygon, select it, see it's highlighted. Now this gives me straight lines. Click, drag and click, drag, double click, and now I just took this chunk out. That's the lasso tool. I'm going to pick this up, highlight this, delete this. The next one is the brush tool. Now the brush uses the fill, and the brush has the brush size from small to big, so we'll pick a middle-sized brush, and it also has this one, which is the shape. If I use a round brush, I get round lines naturally. But what's good interesting is if I use this vertical oval and draw, I sort of get this like calligraphy. You can get even better ones if you take this little thin one here, it's on an angle, and draw. Write your name. And you sort of get that calligraphy effect. So you have to master those. Okay, they were pretty simple. Now clear the stage off completely, highlight it. Let's get a stroke color here of blue. Pick up the rectangle tool and open the properties panel and make it a little bigger, just so we can see it. Making the stroke a lot bigger, as a matter of fact. So the stroke is this one. So if I click on here, and you see I got that eyedropper now. If I come up here, look on this corner up here, and this is the color I'm selecting. Okay. What's interesting is I don't have to be on that. I can be over here anywhere. I can pick up colors over here. I don't have to be on this pattern. So let's pick up this crazy green here. Now that's green. If I double click here, click on this, click that green, that turned green. Likewise, I can double click here on this fill, pick up this eyedropper, make it blue. That's pretty simple. I don't think there's a whole lot more. While we're in the color pad, let's look at this. If I picked up the blue and I wanted a different shade of blue, I come up here this pinwheel, and I can move this up and down, watching here, and I can get a real light blue. Okay, now this turns a light blue, so if I select this fill color, select here, double click on it, it's inside of it is now a lighter blue. I don't know if there's anything else up here I want to deal with. No. Oh, this straight line tool, I don't know if I covered that in any of my tutorials, but the straight line tool is like a pencil. Draws lines. It uses the same stroke as the pencil, but it draws straight lines. Okay, I hope you learned something from this short tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.